Was so strange, aren't you? Well, never mind. Such is life. Hey, how's it going, everybody? I am Chris, also known as Old Blue, because I'm nearly blue, but I am all. I wasn't my first 10 up today. How you all doing out there? I hope you're doing cool. I'm really cool. So how are you doing? I hope you're doing great. So I was going to give you a bit of catch up as to what's happened this week. You know, because Amanda's a little busy at the moment. She's having a lie down because it's so cold and dark. As you can see, you know, the Christmas tree is up, the 3D Palace Christmas tree. Something you may notice is that no longer is the Wickie going to be a CG Palace thing, even though it says CG Palace on the Instagram. That really needs to change, I think. But instead, it's going to be... or not. Well, that was kind of pointless. Yeah, well, anyway, like I was saying, it's no longer CG Palace, it's now 3D Palace, because why not? 3D Palace, it's nice to have that back, to be quite honest, so I'm perfectly happy with that. So I'm going to send a big hello out there to the people in the 3D Palace, what do you call it, Discord? Okay, because they're so cool dudes. At the minute, big shout out goes off to my pal Enoch, or Zerflag as he used to be known back in the day, who's been working on the Spider-Verse 2, which has just given its first, I think, teaser or trailer. And it's always great to see people that are, you know, known and hung out with for so long doing such cool projects, you know. There's always been a lot of this kind of thing, and it's great to see people doing well and getting on with their lives. And it's a good example of how, with just hard work, you know, you can work with these big studios if you want to. Funny enough, I've got an offer today to go and join a AAA title in Germany. Cool. I'm obviously, you know, honoured and very delighted that they'd be interested in having me go in there to do such a thing. But to be quite honest, I'm 50 now, I'm a family man, and I'm all wise, and I just don't have time to be doing things like that. So that's why I'm just sitting here chatting while this infernal jazz music's playing in the background. So anyway, what's been happening with the project? Well, I'm going to load it up and we can have a little bit of a chat about that. Does that sound cool? Of course it does. Just going to put a quick notice over here. Okay, so this is obviously recorded live if you're watching it later on the YouTube, and you're like, this is a little bit unscripted. Of course it's unscripted, I'm a game developer, I'm not a TV presenter. Hang on, edit message, there we go. There's some nagging suspicion. Hang on. I just need to check something. Oh, my game's already loaded with John Twitch. I just want to check my Twitch. What am I on? Yeah, it's Wickie Game. Yeah, it's Wickie Game because the Wiki was gone. So just saying, it's not actually being used at the minute. So there you go. I keep forgetting with Discord, if you don't add HTTPS, it isn't really interesting. It won't give you a proper hyperlink, which is a bit shit. You'd think it would, but there you go. There we go. Right, so that's up, just so that anyone who wants to jump on there can. I'm going to scratch my moves. Right, so what am I going to do? I'm going to load a couple of bits to show you anyway. So, one of the things that I've been working on is I've been trying to rebuild the dialogue system. Okay, so in the past, when if you've ever been a tester on this or if you've played like the very unupdated demo, you'll know our sailors here. Well, there's actually 4 sailors. There's Nigel, Nathan, and hang on. Got to look in my book. There's Nigel, Neil, Nathan, and Neville. Let's switch over to see what I'm talking about. So that there is, I believe, Nigel. Okay. This is the shooting script, just in case you're wondering. Yeah, that's Nigel. Right, now, in the old system, so I'll just make a quick copy of it. Okay, so there we go, just make a copy of the item. And I'm just going to plug in the old dialogue that he used to have. That way we can compare it. So here we are, blah, 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 sailors. So I'll change people onto that. Okay, so if I click play at the minute, what happens is I'll walk over and I'll talk to my old sailor. You see, and this was kind of it, okay? The people in the game were much more kind of ornamental than anything else, you know? They didn't really do that much. So what I wanted was I took all of the characters out of the game. I'll explain like why I had time to do this in a bit. But I took all the characters out of the game and then put them back in again. Sorry, someone was asking me a question. There we go. Yep, so what I did was I took everyone out because I was having a problem with the wiki last week, a real big problem as well. And I thought, well, I'll rebuild the parser system, I'll rebuild the dialogue system, and see what ways I can improve it. So let's have a look. So it's going to seem very minor, okay, but it's all to do with the feel. So the strange sailor looks towards you with disinterest. What? You should head to the mainland. So, what am I doing here? Where's the lighthouse? Sailor sighs inwardly to himself and gives you a long gaze. The main ship doesn't dock on the rock. You have to make your way on the main island from here. Did you not read your brief? One sec. Right, so anyway, as I was trying to say, as you can see now, this is a lot better. So the main ship doesn't dock on the rock. You have to make your way onto the main island from here. Did you not read your brief? You can just go now if you want. I should go, I can see you're busy. Close dialogue, right? So if I do that, then I can re-engage in with dialogue again. I can go through this, blah, 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 blah. Right, so did you not read your brief? Oh, thank you. I'm not sure why that's there. So what it's doing is it's giving us a much more kind of long and involved dialogue. And the thing is that there's hooks in this now that basically allow me to have functions and events happening when we get certain points. So this is day 1, Nigel 1. So if I open it up, basically what we've got is this kind of database here. Okay. And basically we come in on this database and do whatever. So for example here, strange sailor looks towards you with disinterest. What? You should be on the thing. What am I doing here? Where's the lighthouse? Size gives you a long gaze. Main ship dock, etc, etc, etc. So let's have a look. So if I click play again, and it always ends up me doing dev for some reason. Okay, thank you. Okay, so you've got various different options here, but each of the dialogues is going to do a different thing. So, for example, if I say to him, you know, how? Well, how do I get to the main island? Now he's going to give me some clues, okay, like take a gondola, or there's normally a fishing boat at the lower dock you can take over. If you have a problem, Billy's by the gondola. I'm sure he can help. Chatty fella. He smirks slightly, then reached in his pocket for a filthy rolled-up cigarette. So now, when I talk to him again, because we've moved on to a new event, which we didn't used to do in the past, he looks up and contemplates the sea. What do you want now? If I say nothing, he'll go. We only get one chance to talk to him about this. But if I mention fishing boat, you said something about a fishing boat. Can I use that? The gondola looks pretty shaky. If you want to take that, just head down the old gantry. It's kind of rickety. You want to take that instead? Again, one option, one chance. If I say no, if I say yes, there's a little message just popped up in the top left corner, right? That's just my debug indicating that it's actually sent off and changed a load of variables behind the scenes. Aye, that looks more like my kind of transport. Ha, I'll shout down to the skipper then. Nothing like being close to the ocean. Watching you don't fall in though, man will have me skin. And he walks off. And he's gone. Okay, so that interaction there it was very, very different, because compare that to this minimal interaction here. And I think you'll agree it's a lot better, a lot deeper. Now, this is obviously where I build my test stuff that I'm working on at the time, you know. Things that I'm testing out and things that I'm working on, I will generally put in here. Thank you, Bertie. It was a pain in the arse to put up, so thank you for complimenting the Christmas tree. Anyway, another thing is, obviously, I've got fall damage in the game, but I haven't really been focusing so much on things like, you know, recovering of health and things like that. But in the game, Malin is frequently going to tell you, you know, you should eat your dinner. So here's some dinner, which is literally, I've made a bowl with some broth in that looks a bit horrible and a floating chunk of bread. Good, hearty lighthouse keeper food, I think you'll agree. Now, let's check that by using this, I will get better. So over here, I've got a nasty fall that's going to give me a large amount of damage. Ow. You'll notice as well, I now make a sound that I've hurt myself when I fall, okay? So, better have something healthy to eat. So, tasty and warming and full of hearty veg. I'm sure this will certainly get my health up. Okay, a couple of clues there just in case. I know it looks oily and greasy, but oil's good for you. So I take that. My health hasn't gone up. I realise you can't really see my health too well because there's bloody things in the way. There it is down there, right? But of course, if I go into my inventory now and use, you'll notice my health is now being restored to full. Now, it may not necessarily be restored to full. It depends, you know, on the occasion or whatever. But it means I can now jump off things and hurt myself a lot more without necessarily dying, which is good. Okay? I mean, the tester will probably tell you that. Now, with regard to what happened last week that made all these changes kind of have to take place, well, basically it was an example of what I'd call a perfect storm. Now, unfortunately, for whatever reason, when I was working last week on the wiki, one of the files to do with how you hold the torch went a bit peaked off. A bit wrong. So what happened was instead, there we go. What happened instead is the torch was pointing straight up out of the hand. Okay. Think of an axis like holding a hand like this. Okay. So we have Z, X, Y. And what was happening was instead of going on this axis, it was going on that axis and pointing straight up. So easy fix. Okay. I obviously changed something, so go back and change it. When I did that, something else had gone wrong. So I'm like, oh man, what's happening now? So it's like a cascade, failure cascade. So I fixed that, something else, and I'm right. There's so many things that aren't working. It must be to do with some changes made to the code. Obviously it is. Code don't change itself, no matter what happens. So I go back, and I go, right, I'm going to go to my repo, because I was keeping Git repo, and I pull my Git repo from the last version that I'd stored. Now here's a problem with the repo system in GitHub and anything else really in this kind of respect. What happened was, I've been using Git for ages. Okay, it has one part of my version control system. So unfortunately what happened was, my GitHub became not linked to this version of the wiki. It was linked to version 9, version 10 of the wiki, because there's a lot of versions of the wiki. And because of that, hello by the way, because of that, what happened was, some of the files were stored properly, but a lot of the files were stored from the wiki version 9. And the problem with the wiki version 9 is we're talking it's a month and a half old, and oh my god, there's so much stuff lost. So if I go into day level 2, I'll just save everything in my test thing. So this is day level 2, this is where you're going to get after you've done the first day. Obviously it's stuff and you're going back to bed or got up or whatever. Anyway, this is day 2's world, so it's just loading. Give it a few minutes, that's why you get the mind instead. Sorry about that. And what I had to do was, I had, well, I've got a Western Digital Cloud device. Okay, so we just go and get that. Actually, I'll leave it where it is, because I want to show you something. Okay, and this is pretty entertaining. So my Western Digital Cloud, if you ever think of buying one, I'll just log into it, so it's mycloud.com, that's what it's called. I'm going to sign into my cloud at home. Do continue. You can't see what I'm doing, don't worry though. I'll just stick on live scene. I don't particularly want you to see my passwords and stuff anyway. Right, let's find your device. Where is it? What is your device? Where is it? Well, this is the problem, you see. It should be able to find my device, and it can't. Now, I'm going to go into my photo storage, because I've got a photograph and a serial number on this. So, look, there's my puppy, by the way. Oh, that's my little girl. Isn't she lovely? Now, then I'm pretty sure that this will be probably in the archive, because it's a document or something. Apparently not. Interesting. Oh, well, never mind. Can't be asked to read it. Anyway, the long and short of it is that Western Digital cloud home drives are shit. Do not buy them. Okay? If you see a Western Digital product in a shop for sale, in fact, take it off the shelf and smash it on the floor, because they are all absolute garbage. So, my GitHub version and control failed on me. My Western Digital My Cloud system, which doesn't store it in the cloud, that's bullshit. It stores it on a white box that cost me £200 that does nothing. Failed on me because it won't even connect or boot up. It's garbage. And I had to restore my backup from, now I had a backup, there's 3 backup stages. I had a last resort backup from 2 weeks ago. So what I had to do was I had to sit with like 6 messenger windows open, and I had to transfer newer files from my 2-week-old backup, some newer files from what was left in the Git restore, and then some of my files from a secondary 4th stage backup that was from 2 months ago. And doing that, I was able to restore a lot. Okay, so if I show you now, we can see Folly. I had to literally restore the entire Folly, and that was a nightmare. Now you can see there are some parts of it that are still not rebuilt yet, okay? And the foliage and things like that for here needs a bit more work now. And also there's some stuff going on really around these rocks that I need to focus on. But apart from that, you know, it's improving. I'll be putting the elevators back in here that go up to the giant Tesla towers and shit like that soon. So it'll all work okay. And another good thing is that thanks to experimentation, I've been able to get things like the culling. Now, if you don't know what culling is, what this game is currently doing, if I just press G to go into what looks like game mode, is any item below a certain size is automatically being unloaded or hidden or culled or whatever, right? You won't notice because you're so damn far away from it. But it makes a big difference. So, obviously we're not having to, you know, send them to the GPU so many items. There's not so many draw calls. Massively massive. So, what is there instead to do? Well, funnily enough, regarding this game, and ignore the fact that these are popping, you don't actually see that when you're walking up here, okay? They're out of your range. So, the thing to bear in mind here is that, you know, apart from this problem, which will be fixed in the next couple of days, finishing off the Folly, there's a little bit more repair to do just up this way, which is all to do with this. Okay, because I think there's a large part now missing. Oh no, it's back. I got it back. Sorry, I'll take it back. So I managed to restore this bit and this bit. God. But I do need to go over some of the puzzles and things like that. So if we were to go all the way back over to, for example, Gondola Island, which is, I believe, 4 miles this way, increase my speed. Across here. Okay, so if we come across to Gondola Island, you can see that I've stripped out the characters so that they're not going to be, you know, getting in the way and looking silly. So they're all gone. Now there is still a few old legacy bits left in, like for example this would be here. That. And this light we definitely don't know. So there you go. I've just done some live fixes while you're watching. But overall things are going well. So what this means for me is that, sorry, I need to do it in a punch way. Hey, so what this means for me is that I'll be able to put the new dialogue options in using the characters. I'll be able to test it and run it. And now, rather than, you know, gondola island here, which was initially quite a, you know, you could zoom through it. You start over here, and you could literally just run through here, jump on the gondola, and like travel. Now you can't travel on the gondola until you complete, like, you know, a side thing. You can't, you know, you can't go on the fishing boat now until you complete a side thing. You can't go on the escape ship unless you complete a side thing, etc., etc., etc. Curious, what's happened with this water? Does seem a little bit lower than usual. Probably have to fix that as well, because of course I will. God knows why it's so long. Check it. I might just swap this water out actually for a different one. Anyway, enough of that. So now you know basically what it is that I am going to be doing this week. Now, when I talk to you again on Sunday, I do ideally hope to have like a run through so we can do this properly. We'll see. You know, it all depends. I should be able to run through days 1 and day 2, and you should be able to see some of the puzzle. I'll not show you all of it, but there's some really good hidden stuff. Okay. So there you go. I hope you find that kind of interesting. Now I'm going to end the recorded segment, but I'll keep the stream going for a little bit, just in case, and I know it's extremely unlikely, anyone has any questions. And I know no one has any questions because you're all cowardly customers who don't like asking things. But if you do have questions, please go and ask them. I'll just sit here whistling, working out what's going on with the water. What is going on? Weird. Look at that. Oh, this is day 2, isn't it? It is. What's the water so goddamn low? You see, now I'm just in dev mode. It's like, oh, I've defeated it. Whoosh. Does make no sense the water's this low. See, there's some serious problems. Okay, water body. Go back over here and try and work out the grab is. The thing about this is it gets real sensitive from the distance. Use a couple of tools to get this. And also I've noticed the escape boat is now no longer an escape boat. Okay, so that wasn't very helpful. It's the water made then. Oh. What do you have? Have the right bit. That's it. Why those people? Oh, that's me oven. One minute. Well, the lamb pies out of the oven. I'm afraid if you're a vegetarian, you won't really like it at all. Okay. Now I need to lean back over here again. Then sure the ship isn't like floating basically or hovering. No, actually looks like it's okay. Probably go a teeny bit higher. Not that high, Chris, not that. Here's some, yeah, see if we can move the water like that this time. More audio. Yes, anyone can move them both simultaneously. That's the problem, that we don't have a transform target. There you go. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. What else that's going to have to do? Now, here's a little trick that you don't know you can do. Control and C on a notepad. There we go. That is all of the data. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'll do something I've been wanting to do for a while. So, file, recent levels. Won't take long to load because most of the assets are already loaded. Quite excited now, I think. Bird of meat pie. There we go. So there, look, you can see the Wickie water that I used day one. I don't really want to use it anymore. Can't tell if it's going to work or not, but take that out. Make sure that I am in system level. What's that need to be? Now, I mustn't save this. I think I'm going to make sure it's working. Can you notice something that's happened in this level that didn't happen in the other level? Yeah, me too. Yeah, the water level's too bloody high. Do is I can click on the water. Mesh out, or make that. See how hard Wickie this is. Okay, now I can see this is working here, which is good. It needs to. Just let the game do what it needs to do. It has to sort itself out. A bit like when you're having a bit of a shake after you've had a wee. Okay, so I can see now I can still get there to that, which is good. And for some reason this is here, which I don't fully understand, because I'm not really supposed to. Fine. Now I'm going to go across here and make sure that nothing is flooded out. It shouldn't be. There we go. Now, I'm not doing this because, you know, I don't like the waterline system. I'm doing this because I want to just use one unified water system, and it is so much easier to do it this way. There we go. Might yet get rid of the Wanderer. The first Wanderer is touch the screen. Yeah, that looks okay. Might be a teeny weeny bit low, but at least it's working. So you know what that means? Saving time. Okay. So what I've done is I've transferred the water across from an existing working system to one that wasn't. Now I have this water. Great. I mean, obviously you can see under the water, not so flipping great. Don't worry about it. And don't worry about not having post-process volumes, because I'll make it full swimming volume. Now, technically, if you could, you know, I suppose, what's the word I'm looking for here? If you could stay warm long enough, you'd be able to, go all the way and swim endlessly to the thing. And I suppose I might put that in just for sheer comedy value. But most people are going to want to use one of the 3 methods. Stick with that. Oh, I'm pleased with that. Okay, well, listen. It's been a delight having you with me on Sunday evening. Okay, I know I'm a bit boring. I'm 50. I'm wise, but I may not necessarily be as interested. Sorry. But if you have any questions, I'm on Discord, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Instagram. I have a magnificent beard. Yes, you're right. Big point in lovely. And I like getting questions. Or just people who want to say hello. It's lonely. The weird thing is, like obviously because I'm not American, I'm not good at this whole kind of social kind of bullshit. But I'm very good at like saying hello. So do say hello. I'm not trying to charge money for anything. Although if you want to buy a copy of the game when it comes out, no way. Anyway, you take it easy, and I shall love you and leave you. Ta-ta for now.